narrow streets, empty squares, doors with peeling paint that whisper of days long gone. Across Italy, there are villages that look ordinary at first glance, quiet, sun-soaked, even charming. But behind crumbling walls and shuttered windows, the silence feels deliberate. The air is slower here, and opportunity waits. These aren't just abandoned towns frozen in postcards. These are places where history lingers, where laughter once filled piazzas, and where every stone has a story. Some come for the charm, some for the promise of a fresh start. But what they often discover is that owning a home here costs almost nothing if they're willing to breathe life back into the past. Across Sicily, Tuscany, and Calabria, Italy hides villages that seem ordinary. But look closer, and you'll find treasures waiting to be claimed. Would you dare call one of these forgotten villages home? Gangi, Sicily, a village reawakening. Perched atop a rugged hill, Gangi stretches across the Sicilian landscape, its stone houses tumbling down narrow streets like a patchwork quilt of history. Time lingers here. Every balcony, every shuttered window, every cobblestone echoes centuries of life, laughter, and labor. Yet many homes stand empty, silent witnesses to a town slowly fading from memory. To breathe life back into Gangi, the village launched a bold initiative, offering over 100 homes for free to those willing to restore them. Today, visitors glimpse colorful doors peeling from decades of sun and wind, tiny courtyards hidden behind arched passageways, and staircases that wind into homes eager for revival. Locals still tend terraced gardens, while stray cats prowl sunlit squares, adding warmth to the quiet streets. For the brave who claim a house, Gangi is more than stone and mortar. It's a chance to resurrect stories, preserve history, and shape the future of a village that refuses to disappear. And as you wander its alleys, it's easy to imagine what secrets the next corner might hold, or wonder if some corners are better left unexplored. Olalai, Sardinia, a village of hidden corners. Nestled in the rugged hills of central Sardinia, Olalai feels like a village suspended in time. Narrow streets weave between stone houses topped with red-tiled roofs, and small squares open onto breathtaking vistas of olive groves and rolling countryside. Life here moves slowly, guided by the seasons, the wind, and the quiet whisper of history carried on the breeze. In a bold effort to revive its population, Olalai offered homes for just $1 to Americans after the 2024 US election, a move that drew 38,000 eager requests from around the world. Today, abandoned houses with faded shutters and arched doorways await new caretakers, while terraces once lined with drying herbs and flowers invite fresh beginnings. Locals continue their centuries-old traditions, from crafting ceramics to tending vineyards, offering glimpses of a life untouched by modern rush. For those willing to restore a home, Olalai promises more than a property. It offers a chance to live among history, to become part of a village that quietly guards its secrets. Step carefully through its winding lanes. Some doorways may open to stories you weren't expecting. Would you dare take one step inside? Musamelli, Sicily, where castles watch over streets. High on a sun-drenched hill, Musamelli stretches beneath the imposing silhouette of its medieval castle, which has guarded the town for centuries. Terracotta rooftops, narrow alleyways, and stone staircases wind through the village, revealing glimpses of hidden courtyards, ancient fountains, and shuttered windows that hold echoes of the past. Time moves differently here, slower, as if the town itself is savoring its own history. Since 2017, Musamelli has welcomed new life through its $1 house initiative, selling over 125 properties to those willing to restore them. Today, weathered homes, arched doorways, and faded balconies await caretakers ready to revive their stories. Local markets bustle with fresh produce, while the scent of simmering sauces drifts from tiny kitchens, a reminder that life continues amidst centuries-old stone. For the adventurous who take a key, Musamelli is more than a home. It is an invitation to step into history, to walk streets that have witnessed triumphs, festivals, and whispers of forgotten lives. And as you turn the next corner, the castle's shadow might hide secrets you never imagined. Would you dare to find out what lies behind the stone walls? Montieri, Tuscany. Among vineyards and stone streets, tucked into the rolling hills of Tuscany, Montieri is a village where vineyards stretch toward the horizon and cypress trees line winding lanes. Sunlight glimmers on terracotta rooftops, and the scent of ripe grapes mingles with the earthy aroma of olive groves. Cobblestone streets lead past ancient churches, shuttered windows, and weathered fountains, inviting exploration at every turn. To breathe life back into the village, Montieri introduced homes for just $1, offering an irresistible chance for new residents to become part of its timeless charm. Today, rustic houses with ivy-clad walls and arched doorways stand ready for restoration, while locals continue centuries-old traditions of winemaking and artisanal crafts. Each courtyard and narrow alley seems to hold a story, a secret waiting to be rediscovered. For those daring enough to claim a home, Montieri is more than property. It is a doorway into Tuscan life, where history, nature, and culture entwine. And as you wander its peaceful streets, you might wonder, which hidden corner holds the story that will change your own? Triora, Liguria, where the sea meets medieval shadows. Perched on a hillside overlooking the Ligurian Sea, Triora feels like a step back in time. Narrow stone streets twist between ancient houses with weathered shutters, and small squares open to breathtaking views of terraced vineyards and olive groves cascading toward the coast. The air carries both the salty tang of the sea and the whispers of centuries past, creating a sense of quiet enchantment. In a bid to revive its population, Triora joined the $1 Home Initiative, inviting new caretakers to restore its medieval houses and breathe life back into the village. Cobblestones echo underfoot, rustic doorways lead to forgotten courtyards, and balconies offer glimpses of sunsets that seem to linger forever. Locals maintain traditions handed down through generations, from preparing Ligurian specialties to weaving tales of the village's history. For those who take a key here, Triora is more than a home. It is a doorway into living history. Every alley, every stone holds a secret waiting for discovery, and one turn down its winding paths might just reveal something you never expected. Could you be the one to uncover it? Pignone, Liguria, hidden hills above the sea. Nestled among lush, green hills just a stone's throw from the Ligurian coastline, Pignone is a village where nature and history entwine. Narrow cobblestone lanes wind past stone houses with colorful shutters, terraced gardens, and centuries-old fountains that murmur softly in the quiet air. The scent of wild herbs drifts through the streets, mingling with the distant salt of the sea. To breathe new life into this secluded gem, Pignone embraced the $1 Home Initiative, inviting visionaries to restore its weathered homes and carry the village into the future. Today, rustic stone cottages with ivy-draped walls await caretakers willing to revive their stories. Local artisans continue age-old crafts, while the rhythm of daily life moves slowly, in tune with the surrounding hills and forests. Living here is more than owning a house. It's stepping into a world where every corner holds a secret, every alley whispers a tale. As sunlight fades behind the hills and shadows lengthen, some mysteries seem eager to reveal themselves, but only to those willing to look closely. Would you take the first step inside? Maenza, Lazio, timeless charm near the capital. Perched atop rolling hills not far from Rome, Maenza feels like a quiet secret frozen in time. Red-tiled rooftops shimmer under the Italian sun, while narrow streets twist past medieval arches, sun-dappled piazzas, and ancient stone fountains. Olive groves and vineyards stretch toward the horizon, giving the village a serene rhythm, broken only by the soft toll of a distant bell. To counter depopulation, Maenza opened its doors through the $1 Home program, inviting newcomers to restore abandoned houses and breathe life back into the village. Cobblestone alleys hide courtyards where sunlight dances through wrought iron balconies, while centuries-old stairways climb to quiet corners of history. Locals, guardians of tradition, continue festivals, culinary rituals, and crafts handed down for generations. Owning a home here is more than a real estate opportunity. It is stepping into a story centuries in the making. As twilight paints the hills in gold and shadow, the village seems to hold its breath, waiting to reveal the secrets tucked behind every doorway. Would you dare walk these streets and uncover the stories hidden within? Penne, Abruzzo, hills of history and hidden streets. Tucked into the rolling hills of Abruzzo, Penne is a town where time seems to linger among ancient stone buildings and narrow winding streets. Terracotta rooftops cluster around medieval towers, while arched doorways open to sunlit courtyards adorned with flowering plants. The distant mountains provide a dramatic backdrop, their peaks catching the first light of dawn, while the quiet of the town carries whispers of centuries gone by. To revive its fading population, Penne joined the $1 Home Initiative, offering houses with minimal deposits to those willing to restore its historic charm. Strolling the streets, visitors discover hidden piazzas, ornate churches, and quiet lanes that feel untouched by modern life. Local markets brim with fresh produce, and the aroma of traditional Abruzzese dishes drifts through the alleys, inviting residents to become part of its living history. Owning a home here is stepping into a canvas painted with stories waiting to be uncovered. As evening shadows stretch across cobblestones and lanterns flicker to life, some doors seem eager to share their secrets, but only with those curious enough to enter. Could you be the one to uncover what lies within? Sambuca di Sicilia, a village frozen in time. Perched on a hill in the heart of Sicily, Sambuca di Sicilia is a picturesque village where narrow streets wind past pastel-colored houses and terracotta rooftops sparkle under the Mediterranean sun. Ancient churches and piazzas echo with history, while the scent of citrus groves and blooming bougainvillea drifts through the air, offering a serene backdrop to daily life. In 2019, the village captured global attention with its $1 house auctions, a bold initiative to combat depopulation and invite new life into its centuries-old homes. Today, abandoned stone cottages and quaint townhouses await visionaries willing to restore their charm, each structure carrying stories of generations long past. Locals maintain vibrant traditions, from artisanal crafts to seasonal festivals, blending old-world authenticity with the promise of revival. Living in Sambuca is more than acquiring property. It's stepping into a living storybook where every alley and stairway conceals memories waiting to be discovered. As twilight paints shadows across the cobblestones and distant bells chime, you might wonder which hidden story will unfold for those daring enough to enter. Castiglione di Sicilia, medieval streets and volcanic views. High on the slopes of Mount Etna, Castiglione di Sicilia is a medieval village where cobblestone streets twist past stone balconies and terracotta rooftops, framed by vineyards and olive groves. The scent of citrus groves mingles with the crisp mountain air, while narrow alleys lead to hidden piazzas where fountains gurgle softly, as if whispering tales of centuries past. To breathe new life into the village, Castiglione joined the $1 House Initiative, inviting residents from around the world to restore abandoned homes and revive the town's medieval charm. Each house tells a story, from crumbling staircases to ornate doorways, awaiting someone bold enough to uncover its secrets. Locals continue traditional festivals, music, and cuisine, keeping centuries of culture alive in the shadow of Etna's looming presence. Living here is stepping into history, where every corner and terrace seems to hold a secret waiting to be discovered. As the sun dips behind the volcanic peaks, painting the village in fiery gold, some alleys seem to beckon more than others. Which story will you uncover first? Beccari, Puglia, olive groves, and forgotten alleys. Nestled amid the rolling hills of Puglia, Beccari is a town where whitewashed houses and narrow streets wind past centuries-old churches and sun-drenched piazzas. Olive groves stretch into the distance, their silver leaves glinting in the afternoon sun, while cobblestones echo with the faint memories of markets and festivals long past. In a bold effort to rejuvenate the town, Beccari joined the $1 Home program, offering abandoned houses to those willing to breathe new life into their walls. Each home carries its own history: arched doorways, faded frescoes, and hidden courtyards that have watched generations come and go. Locals maintain traditions of artisan crafts and seasonal celebrations, a living thread connecting the past with the present. Owning a home here is more than a property purchase. It's a journey into a story that continues to unfold. As twilight drapes shadows over the piazza and the wind rustles through olive branches, some corners of Beccari seem to hum with secrets, waiting for someone daring enough to wander its quietest streets. Could you be the one to uncover them? Altavilla Salentina, sun-kissed streets and timeless charm. Tucked into the heart of Puglia, Altavilla Salentina is a sun-drenched town where narrow streets wind past pastel-colored homes and small piazzas shaded by ancient olive trees. The scent of blooming bougainvillea drifts through the air, mingling with the aromas of local bakeries and bustling markets, creating a warm, inviting atmosphere that feels both timeless and alive. To invigorate the town and its economy, Altavilla Salentina launched the $1 Home Initiative, inviting those with vision to restore abandoned houses and weave new stories into the town's rich tapestry. Each property holds echoes of the past: weathered shutters, stone staircases, and hidden courtyards, waiting for careful hands to breathe life into them. Local traditions thrive, from vibrant festivals to artisanal crafts, offering newcomers a window into authentic Italian village life. Living here is stepping into a world where the past and present intertwine. As evening light glints off terracotta roofs and shadows stretch across quiet streets, some doorways seem to whisper their secrets. Which one will reveal a story only you could uncover? Zongoli, Campania, cobblestones, and whispered histories. Perched atop a hill in the Campania region, Zongoli feels like a village frozen in time. Terracotta rooftops spill down the slopes while narrow, winding streets lead past centuries-old churches and sun-bleached stone houses. The scent of citrus groves and wild herbs drifts through the air, hinting at the natural beauty that surrounds this quiet town. To breathe life into its abandoned streets, Zongoli embraced the $1 home program, offering empty houses to those willing to restore them. Each dwelling holds stories within its weathered walls, arched doorways, faded frescoes, and hidden courtyards that have witnessed generations come and go. The community thrives on tradition, celebrating festivals and artisanal crafts that preserve the spirit of the town while inviting newcomers to join in its rhythms. In Zongoli, buying a home isn't just about property, it's stepping into a living story. As the sun dips behind the hills and shadows stretch along the cobblestones, some corners seem eager to share their secrets. Which one will you discover first? Piazzas, Campania, hillside homes, and hidden stories. Nestled among the rolling hills of Campania, Piazzas is a town where terracotta roofs peek from olive groves, and winding streets reveal centuries of history carved into stone. The air carries the scent of wild herbs, and sunlight dances across ancient piazzas, illuminating faded frescoes and centuries-old archways that hint at stories long forgotten. To revive its quiet corners, Piazzas embraced the $1 home initiative, inviting newcomers to restore abandoned houses and help breathe life into the community. Each property offers unique charm, stone staircases, arched doorways, and cozy courtyards ready to host new memories. Locals continue to honor traditions, from lively festivals to artisanal craftsmanship, welcoming those willing to contribute to the town's revival. In Piazzas, every alley and stairwell feels alive with whispers of the past. As dusk settles over the hills and shadows stretch across the cobblestones, some hidden corners seem eager to reveal their stories. Which one will you dare to uncover? Lorenzana, Basilicata, mountain views, and timeless streets. Perched on the slopes of southern Basilicata, Lorenzana feels like a town untouched by time. Narrow stone streets wind past rustic homes, while terracotta rooftops catch the golden light of dawn. Olive groves and rolling hills frame the town, and the distant echo of church bells punctuates the serene quiet. To combat population decline, Lorenzana joined the $1 home program, inviting newcomers to restore its abandoned houses and help revive the community. Each dwelling holds character, arched doorways, weathered shutters, and intimate courtyards that whisper of generations gone by. The town's traditions remain alive, from local festivals to artisanal crafts, offering a glimpse into the rhythm of life in a village that balances history with hope for the future. Walking through Lorenzana, every alley seems to carry a secret. As the sun dips behind the mountains and shadows stretch across the cobblestones, some doorways and hidden staircases seem to beckon. Which story will you be the first to uncover? Ripa Candida, Basilicata, hilltop homes and quiet charm. High on a gentle hill in Basilicata, Ripa Candida perches like a sentinel over valleys dotted with olive groves and vineyards. Stone-paved streets wind through the town, past centuries-old churches, shuttered windows, and rustic terraces where the afternoon sun casts long shadows. The air is fragrant with wildflowers and the earthy scent of the surrounding hills, inviting anyone who visits to slow down and explore. In a bid to bring life back to its quiet streets, Ripa Candida joined the $1 home initiative, offering abandoned properties to those willing to restore them. Each house tells a story, arched doorways, exposed beams, and intimate courtyards that could soon host laughter and gatherings once more. The town remains rich with local traditions, from seasonal festivals to artisanal crafts, promising a life steeped in culture and community. As twilight descends, lanterns flicker in narrow alleys and shadows stretch across weathered facades. Some corners seem eager to share their secrets. Which hidden doorway or quiet courtyard will reveal its story to you first? Belcastro, Calabria, hillside charm and hidden corners. Perched atop a hill in the heart of Calabria, Belcastro exudes an old-world charm that feels suspended in time. Narrow cobblestone streets twist between pastel-colored homes, while small piazzas open onto breathtaking views of the surrounding valleys and distant mountains. The scent of citrus orchards drifts through the air, blending with the aroma of traditional Calabrian cuisine simmering in local kitchens. To breathe new life into the town, Belcastro embraced the $1 Home Initiative, inviting outsiders to restore abandoned properties and become part of its revival. Each dwelling holds character: arched doorways, rustic shutters, and sunlit courtyards that hint at stories waiting to be retold. Life here moves at a gentle pace, with local festivals and artisan workshops keeping centuries-old traditions alive. As evening falls, shadows stretch across terracotta roofs and lanterns glow softly along the streets. Somewhere beyond a quiet alley or behind a forgotten doorway, a secret waits patiently. Which one will you dare to uncover first? Bisignano, Calabria, vineyards, history, and quiet streets. Nestled in the rolling hills of Calabria, Bisignano is a town where history whispers from every corner. Narrow streets lined with stone houses wind through sun-drenched piazzas, and the scent of nearby vineyards mingles with the aroma of fresh bread from local bakeries. Medieval churches and centuries-old fountains hint at a past rich with tradition, while terraces overlook valleys painted in shades of green and gold. In an effort to revive its quiet streets, Bisignano joined the $1 Home Initiative, offering abandoned homes to those willing to breathe new life into them. Each property is a canvas of history, with arched doorways, exposed beams, and intimate courtyards waiting to be restored. Life in Bisignano moves with a gentle rhythm, guided by local festivals, artisanal crafts, and the enduring charm of community life. As dusk falls and shadows stretch across weathered walls, some shuttered windows and tucked-away alleyways seem eager to share their secrets. Which mystery will you be the first to uncover? Cinquefrondi, Calabria, olive groves, and hidden alleyways. Tucked among rolling hills and endless olive groves, Cinquefrondi feels like a town caught between past and present. Sunlight glints off terracotta rooftops, while narrow alleyways wind past stone houses, each corner whispering stories of generations that once called this place home. The air carries the subtle aroma of citrus blossoms and freshly baked pastries, blending seamlessly with the gentle hum of village life. To revive its quiet streets, Cinquefrondi embraced the $1 Home Initiative, offering abandoned houses to those willing to restore them. Each dwelling is a treasure of history, boasting rustic shutters, sunlit courtyards, and time-worn archways that hold decades of untold tales. Life here flows at a relaxed pace, marked by local festivals, artisan workshops, and evenings where laughter drifts across cobblestone squares. As night falls, shadows lengthen, lanterns flicker, and the scent of the nearby orchards lingers. Some hidden lanes and unassuming doorways seem eager to reveal their secrets. Which one will you be brave enough to explore first? Maida, Calabria, sun-kissed hills, and timeless streets. Perched atop gentle hills, Maida offers sweeping views of olive groves and vineyards, where sunlight dances across terracotta roofs and narrow cobblestone streets weave through centuries of history. The village hums quietly with life. Local cafes spill aromas of espresso and baked bread, while residents tend to gardens and lively piazzas echo with the chatter of neighbors. To breathe new life into this tranquil town, Maida embraced the $1 Home Initiative, inviting new residents to restore abandoned houses and revive its rich heritage. Each home carries the charm of old-world craftsmanship. Stone walls, wooden beams, and arched doorways whispering tales of families that once flourished here. As evening drapes its golden light across the hills, shadows stretch along quiet lanes, and lanterns flicker in forgotten corners. Some hidden balconies and vine-covered walls seem eager to share their secrets. Which story will you be the first to uncover? Rose, Calabria, where hills embrace history. Tucked between rolling hills and lush olive groves, Rose greets visitors with narrow streets, pastel-hued houses, and a timeless tranquility that feels suspended in history. The village hums softly with the rhythm of daily life, neighbors chatting in sunlit piazzas, laundry fluttering from wrought iron balconies, and the scent of freshly baked bread drifting along cobblestone lanes. Seeking to revive its fading population, Rose joined the $1 Home Initiative, offering abandoned homes to anyone willing to breathe new life into the town. Each dwelling tells a story. Weathered shutters hiding echoes of past laughter, stone archways framing glimpses of sun-soaked courtyards, and faded murals hinting at centuries of community. As twilight descends, shadows stretch across empty lanes, and the quiet whispers of history seem to linger in every corner. Some shuttered windows and vine-covered archways seem eager to share their secrets. Which story will you dare to awaken first? Albignano, Piedmont, vineyards, views, and hidden stories. Perched gracefully on a hill overlooking the rolling vineyards of Piedmont, Albignano captivates with its panoramic vistas, narrow cobblestone streets, and centuries-old stone houses that seem to whisper the tales of generations past. The village exudes a quiet charm. Church bells echo softly across the valleys, terracotta roofs glow in the sunset, and every corner carries a hint of history waiting to be uncovered. To revive its dwindling population, Albignano embraced the $1 Home Initiative, inviting new residents to restore abandoned properties and become part of its living story. Each house holds echoes of its former inhabitants, from faded frescoes to creaking wooden floors, offering a tangible connection to the past. As twilight drapes the village in golden light, shadows lengthen along quiet lanes, and the gentle hum of the surrounding countryside deepens the sense of mystery. Some ivy-covered archways and shuttered windows seem eager to share their secrets. Which story will you be the first to uncover? Borgo Mezzavalle, Piedmont. Hidden hills and timeless streets. Tucked away in the serene hills of Piedmont, Borgo Mezzavalle is a village where time seems to slow, and every winding alleyway tells a story. Stone houses lean gently against narrow streets, balconies overflow with flowers in the spring, and distant mountains frame the horizon in soft, misty blues. The air carries the faint scent of wild herbs and centuries of history, inviting visitors to linger and explore. To breathe life back into the village, Borgo Mezzavalle joined the $1 Home Initiative, offering abandoned homes to those willing to restore them and become part of its ongoing story. Each property, from crumbling stone cottages to quaint terraced homes, holds the echoes of families who once laughed, argued, and lived fully within its walls. As the sun dips behind the hills, shadows stretch across empty courtyards, and the quiet streets hum with possibility. Some hidden staircases, forgotten courtyards, and tucked-away corners seem eager to share their stories. Which one will you be the first to explore? Carrega Ligure, Piedmont, where silence meets opportunity. Perched high in the Ligurian hills, Carrega Ligure is a village where cobblestone streets wind through centuries-old homes and the air carries the quiet hum of nature untouched by modern chaos. Wooden shutters frame pastel-colored houses, terraces overlook deep valleys, and the surrounding forests seem to hold secrets waiting to be discovered. To breathe new life into this nearly forgotten village, Carrega Ligure offers homes for just $1, inviting those ready to restore them and embrace a slower, more intentional way of living. Each abandoned property tells a story: hearths that once warmed families, staircases that creak with memories, and walls that have witnessed generations come and go. As twilight falls, the village is bathed in golden light, shadows stretching along empty lanes, hinting at hidden corners and untold tales. Some doorways and quiet terraces seem eager to reveal their secrets. Which story will you be the first to uncover in Carrega Ligure? Italy's $1 villages are more than just bargains. They're gateways to history, mystery, and a fresh start. Which town would you dare to explore and call home first? Subscribe and turn on notifications to uncover more hidden gems, secret stories, and timeless corners waiting to be discovered across Italy.